is my bell bone? Padded bone. I don't know if I'm probably gonna do this the stream later because it's really just a test to see if I can stream from StreamYard. I know that YouTube won't let me because my connection is too slow. So I want to try there from if I go straight from StreamYard. I know there's probably gonna be nobody here, but I was just sitting on my desk there painting anyway. So I thought maybe not set it up a bit to test it while I'm here anyway. And there's nothing to watch online. If somebody shows up, maybe I'll chat a bit. That could be a lot of fun. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna paint my little figurine there. Painting a little troll. Hey, hi Mike Dimart. Yeah, I was just doing this test with a StreamYard there. I don't know if you can you hear me well enough? Because I'm painting, I have to have the microphone a bit far away there. I just wanted to test that because like I've tried to stream with straight on YouTube before, but my connection here, because I'm in the middle of the wood, is very slow and YouTube wouldn't let me stream. And GM Fritz from the GM Alcove told me to try with StreamYard. So here I am. Took a while before I did it because I was busy. Oh, hey DM James, how you doing? Yeah, I'm taking inspiration from you, DM James, doing some painting on stream. Why not? Yeah, I quite like this troll model there. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm working with the speed paint. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay. It was really just a test. I have no topics really. I don't know. I don't even know. Can I? Oh yeah. I'm very new to this whole thing, so I don't know anything with this work. I assume I have a pretty big delay there between what I see in the comments there and what you hear. Been liking those paint paints so far. I'm not the greatest painter, and I'm just getting back into it after years of not painting anything. But the spin paint came out, and they kind of got me excited. I started a bit before the speed paint came out, but because that's the thing, painting takes a lot of time. Just the setup and all, and the waiting for the drying when you want to do many coat. The speed paint, you get over a lot of those problems. This one doesn't look too bad so far. Yeah, painting is the fastest thing you can do. And I don't know why, but I find like I find it tiring on the neck, to be honest. When I sit there, maybe I should like try to raise my desk. I can lift that desk to stand, but I almost never do it. Maybe if I could Maybe I should just raise it a bit to still be sitting, but not be looking so much down when I paint. It's like a kind of like a rat ogre. I think it looks pretty cool too. Those sculpts are very nice. This come from the one of the Kickstarter that Reaper used to do. I think this one is Bones 5. Hey Angar, how you doing? Hey James. Yeah, the weekend was pretty nice. I went back to the gym to see some of my regular lifting crew. I don't go to the gym that much in the winter. I find it annoying to. Well, I'm pretty far from town, so it's a lot of drive. But I miss those guys, so I decided to go there. And there's a lifting competition next week, so people were getting ready, doing the opener and stuff like that. So I went to help a bit. It was quite fun. Playing some video game, Angar. What are you playing? Are you back on this Conan Exile? You know, Angar, I did play some Conan Exiles at some point. Maybe one day I should look up your server, if that's what you're back on. I enjoy the game, Conan Exile, but I didn't get that much into it, but I mostly played solo. Maybe I assume that with other people it would be much more fun. But usually when I play video game, you know, I'm a big Dark Soul guy. I got this little like A10 here I was working on as well. I'm really liking those models. Outside, like one thing I didn't like about those models, I got to say, is when in the assembly time, I found they didn't fit together well enough as I would have liked. So usually Reaper is pretty good with that when you have to assemble them. Those one I felt like wasn't that great. Yeah, oh, you and Justin playing Conan, eh? Yeah, I should try that multiplayer one time. It's a fun game, but yeah, when I play video game, I'm usually more like a Dark Soul guy, and I found the Conan Exile combat not quite engaging. You can barely see me with all this light. I like to have a lot of light when I'm painting. So is there some question you guys would have? Something you would like me to talk about? Or would you like to, somewhere you want to jump on stream and come and have a chat? Maybe I can try to, oh, that's not the right color at all. What the fuck did I do? That's way too purple. Try to dilute that a bit. Battle tech box. If you give the Discord information, if we do, we give you Discord information and everything you play, get online with us. Yeah, maybe one day. Like, I don't have that much time, but that's the thing with video game too. Like everything competing for time. Eh? We got so little time in life. We have to be careful what we do with it. Everything compete with time, and that's why I haven't been painting as much as I'd like because of that as well. Got a lot of thing on my plate, and with this YouTube channel on top of it, like it does take time as well. I've been enjoying it so far, and I'm pretty lucky with the response I got. I've been added for maybe a month and a half now. I don't like this color, and already nearing 184 now, 184 subscriber. That's pretty cool. I know, like with my accent and all, I thought it would be like a struggle, you know, a challenge, but I guess I've been blessed. More tanks and aircraft TP to go for it. Can I put the... What if I do an invite here? How does that work? So if I copy this link and I just post it in chat, yeah, somebody want to jump in. I guess you can use that link. You can have a chat. I like talking with people. Battletech I only played with the card game back in the days. And it was a card game I quite liked, but it wasn't that popular around where I lived, so I didn't get to play it as much as I did, as I wished. It's not good at all. Yeah, I got this little frog there. Well, it's quite a big frog, but I'm not happy with this color I picked for the mouth and tongue. Addison G. The accent is part of the character. Go tell everyone to join your channel. Oh, thank you, Encore. Yeah, BattleTech. I also got the video game here that I got because I say, oh, that like, and I know like some point like Raven and Ungar and DM James were giving a try to this video game, BattleTech video game. I don't know how close it is to the actual rules, but it looked fun. But I just never got around to try it. That's another one that just got in my Steam game that never got played. I'm sure we all got a list like that, eh? We buy those games when they're on sale, and then we never play them. Or they come sometime in the package. Many such cases, eh? Let's put some paint on the gum on that guy, maybe. That's not too bad. Nemesis called Mangar the Soivarian. What would be the nemesis of Angar the Starvarian? It'd be like satiated, or something. Satiated. Oh, I had to sleep.
Yeah. There's my big Canadian Viking buddy.
Let me put some headphone on so I can hear you. Otherwise, it's gonna be a nightmare, I guess. Hello.
What up, Max? My big Canadian Viking buddy.
Yeah, how you doing, man? It's good to see you on my channel this time.
I'm starting to do a little working out, doing some light stuff now. I'm wanting to get into better shape. A year ago, I was about 50 pounds lighter, and I felt a lot better.
Yeah.
And it's weird because my body doesn't absorb nutrients like it's supposed to, but I'm still gaining weight. Like, I was in the hospital this weekend because my sodium level dropped so low that it was making my heart act stupid.
Yeah, but it must be hard to control your diet when you get because I know you got a bunch of restriction on what you can eat or what you can't. You got
the only thing my body will digest is protein, which is good.
Oh, which is good.
Yeah. Cheese and yogurt and stuff like that.
Can you eat? Can you eat like organ meat?
Yes, I love organ meat. I love.
If you like because organ meat, you can get a lot of nutrient from there.
A lot of iron and liver and stuff.
Yeah, basically, go ahead.
Carbs, like bread and noodles and stuff like that. So I eat a lot of I eat eggs and sausage in the morning.
Yeah.
And I get medium eggs, so I eat like 3 eggs, and I used to get the extra large eggs and eat 3 eggs and sausage. But I got the medium eggs, and I still eat the same amount, but it's less. Yeah. James says Hungar loves the organ, of course. You know, if your brother don't mess with you, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then, today I had for lunch I had sausage, and for dinner I had a couple slices of pizza, but I put a lot of cheese on it.
Oh yeah.
So I could get the calcium from the cheese.
Yeah, man, that cheese is something like I eat way too much of. Like, it's obscene. Like pounds of cheese a week. Like when I go to the grocery store, the fucking lady at the register must think I have a small family, but it's just me.
Okay.
But yeah,
In my fridge, I have sharp cheddar slices. I
yeah,
have
that's
2
fun.
bags of cheddar shredded, and I have 4 bags of Italian 6 cheese blend
Oh yeah,
shredded
yeah, man,
because
those.
I put extra cheese on. I like frozen pizza. I
Yeah,
buy a couple frozen pizzas. When I make them, I put about a half pound of freaking cheese extra on them.
yeah. I think frozen pizza is the kind of thing that it's a good base. You have to, you're like they're good to get, and you have to add stuff to it to make them really really shine. I
Yeah.
rarely eat it myself, but once in a while, why not? But when I used to train a lot, it would be like 6 eggs in the morning, and then a pound of beef in the evening, and I
Yeah.
got
How
nothing
many
else these days.
calories do you take in when you're doing your training?
I've never been a big counting calorie and stuff like that, but it was like a few thousand. Like I used to compete. I used to be much bigger than I am now. Now I'm just like doing it a bit for fun. But and that's also like when I lost a lot of weight. Like I would walk around like at 320, and at some point I went back down to 40, and you can quite feel the difference. Like everything become a little bit easier. Hey Shadow, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm thinking if I could trade this fat weight for muscle mass.
Yeah, yeah,
That would be because when I was younger, I had 6 pack stomach. I used to carry 6 foot concrete headers on my shoulder by myself
yeah,
when I was younger, and I the big bells of um, the concrete wire for fun to mess with everybody. I'd pick it up, carry it on my shoulder, and walk it across the construction yard. And
yeah,
everybody be like, "How do you do that?" I was like, "Because I'm stronger than you, bitch."
yeah. That's when I did the construction as well. Like yeah, being strong can help a lot. Like it makes a lot of things easier, but being heavy make a lot of things harder.
Yeah, I feel like that when I'm heavier, especially with it just being the fat content, I feel like I
Yeah,
get more wore out, more tired.
yeah. That's exactly what's happening. It does impact the stamina quite a bit, and I never been like I'm never like super lean. Now I'm quite fat because it's like it's winter. I like to run in the summer. In the winter, I get a little more lazy. But so I gain about like 20 pounds, but that's all right. Summer is gonna come soon.
Yeah.
We had a very mild winter around here.
Well, you didn't have that much of a mild winter. You did shovel 30 feet of 3 foot deep snow by hand
When
last week.
the when the winter is harsh, we don't have much snow. When the winter is mild, we get a lot of snow. That's how it goes. So yeah, we don't freeze our balls off, but then we have to shovel a lot.
So, did you have a holiday day today?
Well, I work for myself, so I
Well,
work when
I mean, like Justin was telling me that it was Family Day
yeah,
in
it's
his
family day.
province.
Yeah, it is family day. So yeah, people were off, but me, I just did. Well, I guess I kind of took it off. That's why I'm painting now. I didn't have much going on today.
And James L, if I do a montage, it will be to Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah, yeah. Sit on the beach. We can eat
You'll be
fruit,
like,
cheese, and
Eye
steak.
of the Tiger. And I always wear a Hungar shirt. So it's like, I will get this fit
Why
in my
not?
dreams.
Yeah, and don't let your dreams be dreams. You have to, and especially when we get older and stuff like that, staying in shape, and it's fun too. Like I'm quite into powerlifting, but mostly because of that. Like I find it's a sport you can always like know when you lift a weight you couldn't lift before. It's very objective. You got the number there. You know what
Yeah,
what
my
you did.
issue is I have a low weight restriction.
Oh yeah,
Well, I've got to do more reps
yeah,
than weight.
yeah. I
But
see.
I'm not looking to bulk up much more than I am. I'm just looking to get toned out.
Yeah. Do you like Can you do rowing?
Yeah, I can do rowing.
That's something I like to do a lot. That's my favorite for or anything cardio. I like to row. Maybe
I
that's in my
dated I
genes.
dated I dated a Canadian girl,
Yeah.
who was actually going out. This was years ago. This was shit 30 years ago. I was up in North Dakota, and she was actually going out for the Canadian Olympic rowing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
She was very fit.
Yeah. Well, it demands a lot on you. And if you go to those level, yeah, of course. Fit women are fun.
Yeah.
Got to say.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And I was a little chubby back then, but a little bit more muscular and stuff. And I was just a goofball like I am now. For some reason, chicks dig me.
Well, you got like this charisma going on. You got crazy amount of charisma, man. So
Yeah, charisma is not a dump stat, buddy. You got
no.
some charisma. You just need to work with it, buddy.
Yeah, I got a bad temper, and I got like I'm very frank. I say, I don't lie, and people that lie to themselves don't like people that tell them the truth.
See
And
what you do to pick up a chick, bro. This is it. I will tell you how to get chicks to chase you. You walk up to a chick that you think is interesting, that you think's cute, and you're like, "Hey, I just had to come say hi. I think you're very attractive. My name's Max. I just wanted to let you know. If I didn't tell you this, I would feel bad about myself." And then you walk away. That's it.
I never had
That
trouble
chick's
picking up
going.
chicks.
That chick is going to start chasing you because you walked up. You told her straight up, "Hey, I didn't want to be looked at. I didn't want to look at myself like I'm a coward. I think you're attractive, and I just wanted to say hi to you." Now she's intrigued. She's like,
Yeah.
"He didn't ask me for my number. Didn't give me his number or anything. He just walked up and said, 'What's up?' Told me that I was beautiful. Told me his name, and he left."
Yeah.
So
just
I
got
gotta
my friend.
talk to this guy, see what his deal is. That's it. That's how you get chicks to chase you.
But I never had. Wait.
It works.
Fucking dropped my bin brush on the floor. I never had problem finding chicks, picking up chicks. But that's the thing. I'm not too much into that anymore. I'm old now, and I don't really care about those one night stand or those short love stories.
No, I don't do the whole hookup culture.
Yeah.
I'm not
But,
down with the whole hookup culture. It's easy to get laid. It's not easy to find a chick that you want to actually hang out with.
mhm.
And my
But
issue is a lot of times I meet a chick, start talking to her, and find out that she's a complete and total idiot, a
Yeah.
moron, no
But,
conversational skills at all. So I'm like, I really can't hang out
and
with you anymore.
you know, I'd like to be. I'm in a phase in my life where, and I'm old, and I'm a bit old for that. It's kind of like last call for me. But I'd like to have, if possible, I'd still like to have a family.
Dude, men can have children up to the age of 70. My roommate, his dad was 73 and his mom was 30 when he
Yeah,
was
but
born.
I'd still like to be in shape enough to raise those children too. Eh?
Yeah.
So
But
I don't want, like, at some point I find, like, personally I do find at some point it becomes like a bit indecent. You know, I wouldn't want to start a family at 50. You know, just like, no offense to anybody, like, that's
but we don't hit the wall like women do. Women
No.
hit the wall
yeah, much sooner than they think. Eh? They don't realize that.
around
But
30 years old.
yeah, but that's so that's the thing. When I'm looking at women nowadays, I'm looking at, could she be a mother? Could I see myself starting a family with that? And unfortunately, a few women.
Do you like Filipinos?
I had a Filipino girlfriend in the past. I have nothing against them, but
Filipino chicks are looking for foreigners. They
yeah,
want
but
you to come to the Philippines where our money is much stronger and prices are much cheaper. And
I'd like my I'm too much of a narcissistic for that. I'd like my son to look like me. If you get my drift.
your son would look like you. You need to meet your big French Canadian Viking chick.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need a big.
But your genes, I bet you your genes are so freaking strong that when you have a kid, it don't matter if you have a kid with a black chick, he's gonna come out pale, redheaded, with a little beard growing already.
It's a lot of like recessive
being able to bench 250.
Yeah, straight in the cradle. But
he'll be in his little cradle with the freaking dumbbells working out.
And if you want to talk about that, we can. Why not? It's why not?
Now that's what your baby's gonna be. He's gonna be in his crib benching 250. at like 2 days old.
He better be, otherwise he's out on the street. No, but that's something I find like so sad today, like in modern society, that women are lied so much to, and there's so like this myth of like, oh, you're not in a rush. The right guy is gonna show up whenever it's time, but they don't realize that biology
Biology is a fact. You can't lie to yourself about biology.
Yeah.
Women become less fertile at 30 years old.
Yeah, at 30-year-old, 90% of their eggs are gone.
Yeah, they have a harder chance of getting pregnant anytime after 30, and there's a higher chance of a birth defect after 30.
And that, especially if they didn't have children, because that's something that women sometimes don't understand. And it's sad, because they always say, "Oh, I had an aunt that got children up until she was like in 45." I say, "Yeah, but like at 45, it was like 10 children." And every time you get pregnant, that prolonged your window of fertility.
Yeah,
because you're not losing eggs during this time.
Yeah, you're using your eggs at this time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because every month you lose an egg, except when you're pregnant.
And now here's what's funny. You talk to these women, they've been lied to also about their appearance and about how their body count doesn't count. I'm not going to date a woman who slept with 100 dudes.
Yeah, that's a bit that's starting to be a bit much. And yeah, there's a double standard too, like on that.
And the hookup culture is destroying Western women. Really. I mean, the hookup culture down here is just so bad. You hear stories about, 22-year-old college chicks who've got like 150 body count.
Oh man, college is awful for women.
and you don't meet girls. Any girl you go up to and say, "Hey, rate yourself 1 to 10," they're always going to say that they're 10.
Yeah.
Because they're so integrated with, bullshit society that they're better looking than, they're 10.
Yeah, and
they can be 250 pounds with 3 chins and, just like out of shape and, look like Shrek. But other women will tell them that they're beautiful. So they've got an unrealistic beauty opinion of themselves. And it's not right. It's not right to do. I mean, I know I'm not like the most handsome guy on the planet. I have charisma. That is and when my beard grows out, I have an awesome beard. That's my power.
Yeah.
I'm charismatic. I can make a chick laugh. I can make a chick want to hang out with me. I can tell a chick what she wants to know if I want to.
Mm-hmm.
But women are lied to, and they lie to themselves, thinking that, in reality they're a 4, but then in their mind they're a 10, and they want that top tier guy. They're never
a big problem they have also is like they evaluate themselves as men. They say, "Oh, I'm a high value woman. I have a good career. I have a nice home. I'm intelligent. I got my shit together." And say like, you know what? You're a woman. Those things don't add to your value. We don't care about that.
We don't care about that shit. We don't care. I don't care about how much money a woman makes, because I'm not getting with her. If I'm getting with a woman because she makes a lot of money, I'm looking for a sugar mama.
Exactly. Like those are the things you value in a man, because you're a woman. But we're men. We value different things. What we value is like, oh, exactly. You have a low body count. Are you still young? Are you still fertile? You're pretty? Are you pleasant?
Can you cook?
Can you cook? Yeah, that's one too. That's one as well. So, but like they can do none of that, but they say, "Oh yeah, but I have a PhD." Yeah, like like this. I don't know if you probably know like this John Lajoie guy. Eh?
Yeah, I can't have sex with your college degree.
Exactly.
How to check your personality.
So what you thought was what you do? Why did you say that to me? You just like, why are you bothering me about that?
James L says they say they ain't enough female parts in gaming, but bro, just look under his house.
What?
Wow.
What did he say? I missed that one.
Yeah.
You said there are enough parts in gaming, but bro.
You look at these women and they got these like these careers and they're making all this money and they got their house and they got like they're a boss bitch. Nobody wants a boss bitch. Nobody wants a woman that has that kind of masculinity.
No, and then also they don't want men that will earn less than them. So the more you're making, like the more like you earning, the more you're reducing your dating pool as a woman in a way. Because you won't go with a guy that earns less than you. So at some point, what do you want? Like, you have to think about that.
And then they're going to go after these top tier men when they're 35 years old. And the high percentage man is not going to date a 35-year-old woman when he can get any 20-year-old woman that he wants.
And yeah, exactly. And maybe he's gonna fuck you when he's like in a pinch for one night stand, do some hookup stuff like that. But that's something that women have to understand. The hottest man or the highest value man you can fuck is not the highest. Sorry for my language. It's not the highest value man you can date.
Exactly.
There's quite a big gap there.
Okay. These really, financially successful dudes who, they got all their shit together. They're not going to date a 30-year-old woman.
No.
Even
unless
if they're 50.
Unless they're, unless they have some other issue with them. Like sometimes maybe they have I'm painting a 8 in there.
He's painting a badass.
Yeah, like little two-headed character. I'm painting a bunch of things. I like to when I paint, I usually get about 6 character is the right number for me. So then I can do a little chain painting there.
I am so I don't paint. I don't build models.
Yeah.
I don't build terrain. But I'm a D&D fanatic. But I don't do any of the other hobby stuff.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like D&D is a hobby that encompasses many other hobbies. Just like even when you game master, then you start like, you're a world builder in a way, and that's something I like to do quite a bit.
Yeah, I like to DM, and when I DM, I pretty much go. I never really plan anything. I throw out ideas for the players, adventure hooks, and I pretty much wing everything.
Oh yeah. Are you a module player sometimes? Do you play some?
I love 40K and stuff like that.
But do you play pre-made adventure, or you most likely homebrew?
Homebrew.
Yeah, I am too. And I'm quite a big by the seat of your pen as well. Like I like to think about the world and think about all the world work. But that's something I do when when I shower, when I drive around and stuff like that. I play in my head, I build stuff in my head, and then when I have like the basic of the world, then I can create adventure in it pretty easily because I know how thing goes, I know how thing works.
James L's got a crush on me, I think.
You can be the master of my barrow any day, Angar. Well, everybody got a crush on you, Angar. Angar, you're a channel that exploded quite fast. You came on the scene, you started your channel. I saw you a few times on your brother's channel.
I think that's where a lot of my my subs come from, was my brother.
Yeah, well, you two had like a very nice dynamic together, and you're a fun guy to watch. You're entertaining, charismatic, and you're very positive,
Mage's Musings put it out the other day, last week. He said, my show's fun because it's a mystery box.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
I just like have people come on and I talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. I tell them, like today it got into a little bit of politics. I'm like, listen, guys, I'm not a politician. I'm not running for office. I'm not going to share my political beliefs with you guys because I like you guys. And if I find out that you're hardcore, leftist, I'm not going to like you that much anymore.
Yeah.
Because I always say everybody has a right to their political beliefs. Everybody has a right to their religious beliefs. Everybody has a right to keep that shit to themselves unless I ask them about them.
Well, you've seen my video. I'm not afraid to go into politics as well.
That's right. I watch your videos and I love your videos and I love your content. And that's great for your show, man.
Yeah. Because that's one thing I wanted to do. If I say I want to start a channel, like I wanted to start this channel because like sometimes I see I didn't see many people doing the kind of content that I want to, like, not the kind of content I wanted to see because I want to see your content. I like all you guys,
But
but
you have a certain thing that you want to talk about, and I think that you do very well doing it. You get your point across very, very
yeah,
well. I like watching your videos. I see a Max video come on, and I'm like, oop, gotta watch it. Like I was sitting there playing Conan Exiles. I had your video on my phone sitting right beside me.
yeah. But I wanted to bring like some different perspective that I don't necessarily hear often, because I view things in different way, and
Yeah.
so that's what I was trying to do. And both in sometimes like some advice I give on when I do like some gym advice video and stuff like that
I
about wall
watch your
building
gym
mostly.
advice videos. I
Yeah,
watch those. I've watched quite a few of them.
yeah. Sometimes some idea I have and stuff like that. But like, and oftentimes my gym advice comes from the fact that I'm a very political guy. I've studied politics for a long time. I've wrote about politics for a long time, and I find like just when you understand how the world works, you can apply them to fantasy world and try to
You
draw conclusion from them.
you can, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's like I like your content. I watch it a lot because I like your content. You're a bro.
yeah.
You're a
Thank
Chad.
you.
You're like the mega Chad.
Thank you.
And hey, Milan, that's why I go to China or Japan a lot. It's still considered rude to talk politics socially there because they have a homogenous society.
Yeah.
Yeah, homogenous society is good, but I'm not going to agree with a lot of things that other people are talking about. I'm not down with the woke culture, and I'll let everybody know on my channel that watches me. I'm not down with wokeness. I'm not woke. I'm anti woke. I
Hmm.
believe that I can say or do whatever the hell I want to, as long as I'm not causing anybody any harm. I'm like very libertarian.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like I know a lot of you guys are very libertarian. I'm much less libertarian in a way because I believe that how do I say that without being too offensive? A lot of people are like sheep, and they need good shepherd.
Sheep.
Exactly. Like, and we've seen like people like I used to be libertarian, but then at some point you see like well, first you see that libertarianism could work with a specific kind of people that are able to self-regulate and are able to make the right decision for them. But then you look at what happened in the last few years, in the last maybe decades, and you say, oh, okay, a lot of people are not able to self-regulate. A lot of people need to be guided a bit more for their own good, And it's
Yeah, I like to think that I'm a free thinker. I have my thoughts on some things, my thoughts on other. You
well,
know,
yeah, you clearly are. You clearly have your own thought, but you're not like you have. That's the thing too. Sometimes we have to. People often assume that most people are like them,
yeah,
and then you have to. Sometimes you have to look around and say, okay, there's different like level of people. There's different grade of people, I guess. Without, I don't want to see. I don't want to sound too offensive or too. I don't want to sound like I talk them to them because talk down to them because it's not my intention. I love those people and I want the best for them.
I love woke people because they give me something to talk about sometimes.
But I don't even hate woke people. I'm not a very hateful guy. Sometimes I can be very critical of stuff, and I can be. People think sometimes, oh, you're why do you hate everybody like that? I say I don't hate it. I don't hate people. I want the best for them.
Yeah, you just want to help them out.
Yeah, exactly. If I disagree with something you do or you say because I think it's bad for you and I criticize you for doing it, it's
People
not me
don't take
hating you.
Yeah, people don't take constructive criticism at all anymore, and
Yeah,
people think that if you hurt their feelings or you say something that they don't agree with, you should get in trouble.
yeah.
That's not the way it is. Your feelings getting hurt is not going to mess you up where it's detrimental to your life.
And
People
also,
need to learn to get over shit.
and also, your feelings shouldn't be the urge so easily. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you why do you get so I don't know. If you what you're doing was so great, you wouldn't be so sensitive about people criticizing you. And at some point, you need to have like to grow some confidence. Like people are. I can be a controversial guy, and people sometimes, like oftentimes, people disagree with me or tell me like stuff but it doesn't affect me.
No.
I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going.
Yeah. Same with me, man. I know what I'm wanting out of life. I know what I want to do. I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, I've got hardships, but everybody's got hardships.
Yeah, we all got our issue to deal with. Exactly. Yeah,
And you just deal with it.
and that's something too that I try to apply. And even people that are agree on my side or that something are suboptimal and not good for society, I try to remind them that we still have to be nice to people and treat people with human dignity, because a lot of those people, like at some point, they're almost victim. You know what I mean? They got sold a bill of good. They believe something. They got been like, and we all have issue, and nobody's perfect. And you see somebody that is doing something that's destructive for their life, you shouldn't hate them for it. You should have like compassion for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Shadow Sun says, excuse me, I got excuse me. Shadow says facts don't care about your feelings, and feelings are meaningless in a foxhole.
Yeah. But in the same time, also, we live in a society, unfortunately, where
That's all about everybody's feelings.
Exactly, people don't care about the facts. It's all about the feelings, and we have to recognize that as well.
And we need to get people to, understand that, you can call yourself a fire truck, but if you have a penis, you're a dude, and if you have a vagina, you're a woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way it is.
But the people that are confused about that's a big topic that we can talk about. I don't care. The people that are confused about that, and like those people need compassion. We shouldn't hate those people.
No, I don't hate anybody that's confused about that. We're supposed, as Christians, we're supposed to help people.
Yeah, and like as Christian, when they say like love your enemies, that's part of it as well. Like we need to, we should. Oh, I lost you there, Angar. We should see the people that struggle and do stuff that we disagree with. Love the enemy. We should hope for an enemy to change their wicked way.
Yeah,
that's what we should. That's what we should wish for. We should, before like we like not seeing them destroyed, seeing them reformed,
seeing them actually, it went from being mental disability to being a mainstream celebrated thing.
Yeah, and I find that's a very cruel thing that we do here, because like it's much easier to say, oh yeah, okay, you're right, I agree with you. You can wash your hand out of it. You just like, instead of trying to help them, you just like say, oh no, you're right, you totally are a dinosaur or whatever you want to be.
Bread and circuses, man. Bread and circuses.
Yeah,
it happened with Rome.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. When I see that done to children as well, that really makes me mad, because the children don't know better and they need to be protected.
Children don't know what they want to be until they get a certain age. So you take an 8-year-old boy who says that he wants to be a girl, and you're going to give him gender reassignment surgery at 8 years old. That's insanity.
I think it is. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I think. It's one thing that I would call cruel. And when I say that, you say libertarian that say, oh, people know what's best for them and stuff like that. Well,
not an 8-year-old don't know what's best for them,
and clearly not the parents of the 8-year-old either, because oftentimes the parents are the one pushing that on their children, because the children don't really know. Like children, and the parents push that on their children for social clout, for some internet point.
And then the kid gets old and realizes that he's made a terrible freaking mistake.
Yeah. And it's mistakes that's going to follow him his whole life.
Yeah. Like Janzo just said. Janzo just said, I'm for letting children have a childhood. Exactly.
Yeah.
Let a kid be a kid.
Exactly.
You only
And
get to be a kid once.
and we say like, oh, the children made a mistake, but oftentimes that's the point. It's not even the children that made the mistake. Like they
It's the
didn't know
parents
better.
that went
It's the
along with
parents.
it.
Exactly. So I'm all for protecting children. That's a big thing for me.
I don't know if I've got a cold or if it's allergies, but I've been sneezing and stuffy all night.
Yeah. Well, you're just coming back from COVID, eh? You better not get back.
Yeah. At least I don't have that crap anymore.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's gonna ever go away. For good.
It's the
That's
second time I've had it. And it was
yeah.
funny because I was in the hospital this time when I got it. And they kept
Yeah.
on asking me what I wanted to eat. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, what do you mean you don't care? It's like, I can't taste anything.
Oh yeah.
I really have no sense of taste.
I think I might have got it. I don't know. Maybe what's the code? I never got tested, but I don't get out much, so there's no point. I live like a hermit. The recluse life.
James, I have to drink the powder vitamin C because my body doesn't absorb the pills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have a hard time. I was buying vitamins, taking
Yeah.
multivitamins and all this stuff. And unless I crush them up, my body won't absorb them. My body doesn't digest the pills. Because
Yeah.
I've had like the majority of my guts are gone.
Yeah. How did that happen? If you don't mind me asking.
Okay, I got something called C. diff. I had a
Oh yeah, I know what
surgery.
it is. Yeah, I know what it
I
is.
got C. diff, and it turned into toxic megacolon.
Yeah, I know what I know. I know
So
exactly
they
what you're
threw me
talking
in a
about.
coma for 2 months, and they took out 97% of my large intestine.
Mm.
And then I got a couple of blockages, and one time my small intestines actually tied themselves in a knot. Don't even ask me how that happened. So I've had like 5 small intestine resections.
Okay. Shit.
And my stoma, I've had to have my stoma redone 3 times.
Yeah,
I've
because
had
that's
like,
something. Once you start going down that path, then it brings out another complication, and yeah, it's kind of like
yeah,
a.
I've had like 8 or 9 stomach surgeries in 3 years, and those are the fun ones.
Oh yeah.
I've had 2 arterial bleeds out of my stoma. One time I bled like 2 liters, and it freaked the hospital out because my blood pressure dropped to like 68 over 23. I'm sitting there like, what's going on? The doctor's on the phone in the emergency room yelling, get the goddamn surgical suite open. I have 3 IVs. I mean, they're squeezing 2 bags of blood and 1 bag of IV fluid. And I'm just sitting there like, well, I guess this is kind of serious, huh? I'm just laughing about it because shit, I'm not going to be miserable about it. It's not going to help me. I'm going to stay positive.
No. Yeah.
And then from all of that, because my body doesn't absorb nutrients and electrolytes and I'm constantly dehydrated, I've got stage 3 kidney disease now.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, once something start to break down, a human body, a complex machine.
Yeah. And you know what? Dialysis is not an option.
No. Oh, lost the.
Dialysis is not something that I want to go through 2 to 3 times a week, 4 to 5 hours a day. It's a part-time job, and the times that you're not getting dialysis, you feel miserable. So you're putting your body through all of this intense, crazy stuff, which a lot of people who go through dialysis, yeah, they don't die from the kidney disease. They die of a heart attack because dialysis is known to cause blood clots.
Oh, really? That I
So,
didn't know.
they want you to go on all these hardcore blood thinners. So if you get cut, you're going to bleed out.
Mm-hmm.
So, I figured I just do everything I can to keep my kidneys healthy, stay hydrated as much as possible, and just do my thing.
Well, in the end, also we never choose our time either.
Yeah, I ain't got an expiration date on the bottom of my foot.
We
I'm
we all.
going to rock out until my time's up, and when it's my time, it's my time. I had a 10% chance of waking up from my coma,
Mm-hmm.
and I woke up. So
Yeah.
any time past that's just like the bonus features of the DVD, man.
And we have to. How to say that? What matters in the end is what we do with the time we do have. You know what I mean?
Not everybody dies. Not everybody lives. That's
Yeah,
my theory.
exactly. Yeah, that's
I
true.
live, man. I go out. I make people laugh. If I'm in the hospital, the nurses argue about who get to be my nurse because I'm cracking jokes and making them laugh all day long. They come in and I'm not yelling and bitching and complaining like all the other patients. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling them jokes and making them laugh. If I need something, they're really quick to bring me anything I need
And
because
like when you start having like the fear of death, that's one big way to stop living.
yeah,
Like
I don't have a fear
if you
of death.
start afraid,
I'm not
exactly.
afraid of anything. I
Yeah.
am not afraid of anything. After all the stuff I've went through in the last 3 years, people ask me like, "What are you afraid of?" I'm like, "Nothing."
Mm-hmm.
The worst thing that could happen to me is I'm dying. I die sooner than I would have died normally.
Yeah.
Which you
But
know what? It is what it is. Two tears in a bucket.
yeah, like you said, if you lived, that's more than what a lot will do.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even bother living. A lot of people
Yeah.
just survive.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that, and we've seen a lot of that too with the. I know when this pandemic thing came about, like, well, you're gonna die one day anyway. What are you gonna do? Like, shut yourself up forever?
I woke up from a coma to the pandemic.
Yeah. Oh man, that must have been a trip.
Everybody's like, "Oh, we've got a pandemic going on." I was like, "Okay, I don't care." And then
Yeah.
every time I went somewhere, like I'd have my dad drive me to the store because I couldn't drive when I got out of the coma. You
Hmm.
know, my legs weren't working well. I had blood clots in both of them. I had drop foot on my right leg and turned into neuropathy. So I really don't feel anything in my right leg, but I just do. I learned how to walk anyway.
Oh yeah.
They're like, "You might need a wheelchair." I was like, "I was in one for 6 months. I'm not going to be in a wheelchair.
Oh,
If
that's
I
good.
have to freaking crawl, I'm going to do it myself." So,
That's something that bothers me with doctors. Like they're so pessimistic so much of the time.
yeah. So, well, they have to be pessimistic. So when you do better than they tell you,
Oh yeah, then they can.
they can't be held accountable.
Yeah.
But like my dad, I was like, "Hey, Pop, I want to go to the store. I want to go grocery shopping. There's some things I want." So I'd go to the store with him, and he'd help me with my walker and everything. And he'd want me to put a mask on and gloves on and everything like that. And I'm like, "I'm not doing that.
Yeah. I wasn't doing that either.
I'm not putting gloves on to go to the grocery store. I'm not putting on a mask."
Mm. One of my favorite passages of the Bible. It's when Paul says in one of those letters about how Jesus Christ, through that, wanted to free the through death and resurrection, freed people that through the fear of death would live as slave. I don't have the exact wording here in English. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, but you start fearing death. Death
if
is
you
people's friend.
if
People
you
don't
start
realize
fearing, yeah, exactly. If you start fearing death, that's it. You're gonna live as a slave because like you're
death.
gonna do anything that to. Hmm?
Death gives meaning to life.
Yeah,
Knowing that life is not, infinite. Knowing that it's going to end. Knowing that
yeah,
you've only got, at max 100 years
yeah.
usually. Um, it gives you a better understanding and appreciation of what you have,
And
in
also it
my
gives you like
opinion.
the incentive to make good use of the time you have.
Exactly.
That's something that
Um,
matters as well. If you had all the time in the world, why do anything? You can always like push back to tomorrow.
Yeah. Procrastinators unite tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you have infinite time, what's the point of doing anything? What's the point of achieving anything? What's the point of pushing yourself to do certain things?
Yeah.
It's like there's no point in it if you have all the time in the world.
No, exactly.
So what you do is, yeah, I didn't assume ill will and try to be a good citizen, but at best, the situation was poorly handled. At worst, there is some negative influence operating in world health. Yes, that is true. But being upset about it, being afraid about it, and being miserable about it is not going to help you.
I try to be. What I try to do is like to be respectful of other people and to be not to be annoying.
Yeah.
I didn't
If
want to
I
make a
can make
scene or anything.
Yeah, if
But
I can make somebody laugh every day,
yeah,
then my time's not wasted.
no.
Yeah, if I
For me,
can bring happiness to somebody, if I can make them laugh, especially if they're in a bad mood, I wake up every morning and I was like, I'm going to be happy today, and I'm happy.
yeah. Let me look at chat for a second there. Try to be like a good streamer. Shadow and Sun say we might all be digging our own foxhole real soon. I would say that might unfortunately be true, but at that point, it might be fortunate if it is. That might be the best case scenario.
Yeah.
That would be like that's one thing when the pandemic when the pandemic arrived. At some point, I was like, well, to tell you the truth, I didn't believe in any of it from the start, and I thought like the elite was overplaying their hand. And I said, oh, maybe this is gonna be the thing that's gonna wake up people. But I guess on that I was wrong by quite a bit. But at some point, I wish, I don't know what's gonna take, but I wish people would stop letting their government treat them like shit. That's something I'd like to see. But it's like there's no amount of abuse that people won't tolerate.
I enjoy the government. I actually enjoy our new president because you never know what's going to come out of the dude's mouth. Like, you went to the doctor for a checkup the other day, went back to the doctor, and the doctor's like, Mr. President, I'm sorry to say that you have dementia. And the president's like, I don't remember asking you a damn thing. I mean, like when he's giving a speech for Kamala Harris and he says that she's a great president. You're the president, buddy. It's like,
but it's in a way it's a bit of a cynical way to see things, but in the same time, I guess that's the best we can do now. Like it's there's no point of crying about it because what power can we have?
Yeah, like I said, I wake up every day. I'm like, today's gonna be awesome. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to play some Conan. I'm going to cook me some breakfast. Be the light in the darkness, even if people would rather hide under the covers. That's right, guardian of the room.
Yeah, exactly. You said also earlier.
And James L says, desire to be in politics should disqualify you. Yes, and there should be term limits for everything.
Yeah. Guardian of the Rune said the mask for their art. You'll have a hard time getting fact through them if you're not black wearing a lab coat. And yeah, that's unfortunately it's because like that's what the media are the new priests. The people that's what people are gonna listen to, and that's what people are gonna follow blindly oftentimes. And it is what it is. It's sad because like they're not necessarily people that have the best interest of the people at art.
99% of politics have the interest of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
There's some good ones out there. There's got to be some good politicians out there. But I would say 99% of politicians have the interest of themselves and their wallet in mind.
Yeah.
They tell you anything they think you want to hear to get into the office, and then their job is to make money.
Yeah. Desire to be in politics should disqualify you. I absolutely agree with that. That's just but like, then how do you cannot force people to be in politics? Or maybe we could. I don't know. What if we do that? We just like randomly select people to be candidate. You don't decide to be a candidate. You're picked at random. And then I guess then people would like try to run to not be elected. I don't know. Then people would judge. I know what he's trying to do, but that could be a fun one.
The Crafting Gamer made a Robotech company named Hungar's Starvarians.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
I like the name of your limited in Conan. You say limited freedom staffing company.
In Conan Exiles.
Yeah.
Limited freedom staffing employees, and it's just
because a nice euphemism.
Yeah, because Conan has slavery.
Yeah, I know.
You make Wheel of Pains, and you
Mm.
go out and you beat somebody down with a club, and then you tie a rope around their ankle and you drag them back to your Wheel of Pain, and you make them work that Wheel of Pain until they break.
Yeah,
And then they can follow you around, carry stuff for you, fight for you, and all this stuff, right?
yeah, you can level them up
So,
now.
yeah, one of our buddies, Atholis, he built a house up near the one of the Sumerian villages. And we
Mm-hmm.
put a couple of big willow panes up there, which you could put like 4 or 6 people on the large willow pane. And we would get slaves and equip them with clubs and take them down there to help us beat down their buddies to drag up and put on the slave wheel.
Hmm.
And he had like 15 or 20 slaves just around his house. So anytime any monster shows up, they just kill it because he has them equipped in good armor and good weapons.
Yeah.
And so we're playing on a public server right now, and we're going to start our business back up and sell limited freedom staffing.
It's a good name.
We built our house right by one of the starting area because we're low levels yet, but we're right by a cave where they have they have decent slaves for this level. So we've already got 2 small wheel of pains on that bad boy, and we're already staffing up all of our crafting areas because if you have like a smelter forge to make iron out of iron ore, you can put a smelter staffer on that crafting area, and it makes it faster. And same with armory, same with weapon building and stuff like that. And then like our cooking area has a cook that makes food quicker and stuff. It speeds up the time.
Yeah, it become like a self feeding loop.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it makes everything easier.
James Ells one shout out is a homie Saddam that make the camels run on time in 91. And I know it's a joke and stuff like that, but like getting rid of Saddam didn't improve the state of Iraq at all, eh?
Yeah, but we had to kill him because we needed a scapegoat.
Yeah, exactly. So it's always that.
It's like I don't know if I believe 100% the whole Osama bin Laden. The body was never really seen, and they dumped the body off of a boat in the middle of the ocean.
At some point when somebody like lied to you so much, you kind of have to doubt everything they say.
I don't doubt everything, but proof of life, proof of death.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's this guy was like the most wanted person in the world from America, and they're not going to show proof of death. It's like they showed us Saddam Hussein hanging by his neck.
Yeah. I don't know, but like all I know is that I feel that if you think everything the government says a lie or the media says a lie, you're going to be closer to the truth than if you take everything they say as true. So maybe that's a good working theory, like a good working hypothesis there.
Yeah, I take what the media says and what the government says with a grain of salt.
Yeah, like a truckload of salt. If you ask me. And that's something I like to think a lot about. How do we know what we know is true? You know what I mean? It's just like that's an old question of
I don't watch network TV, but my roommate does, and he's like 80 years old and deaf. So I can hear the TV most of the time in my room. And there's this song, she's my best friend, she don't need no Nick, got her own ride, right? Down here in America, the trust company bank uses that song as their commercial background.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, you're if they listen to the whole lyrics, they're talking about, sex and everything like this, but they got the background, they got that beat going, talking about how this girl, she gets stuff done and stuff like that. And I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, how? It's like the Bounty commercial where they're using that song, "My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard." They're like, it's bad. That's a song for one of their commercials.
Oh yeah.
Paper towels. Talking about our stuff can clean up your milkshake. Well, get the subcontext of the freaking milkshake. And I'm going to look up that song, James, though.
What song?
Heart in Your Heart, oh Putin.
But crazy. It's like the culture we have nowadays. All that. It's all about sex all the time.
Yeah, it's the hookup culture.
Yeah.
It's bringing the downfall to the modern or to the traditional relationship and family.
It's not doing anybody any good.
No.
Come back to that subject we were on earlier.
And women encourage other women to do it so they don't feel bad about themselves.
Yeah, exactly. I was talking about it to a friend about that, like a female friend, and said, "Why do women do that? Why do women give each other such bad advice and like that? Are they just fucking daft, or did they just hate each other?" And she said, "I think women are horrible, and they all hate each other." Oh yeah, I don't know. It's that's the thing. I like to see them do. I see them when I try to date and stuff like that, and they're so miserable in a way. Especially like when you go to the older women stuff like that. Now they start to panic, trying to I don't want to die alone. I want a man.
Yeah, but they're 30-year-old with a 300 body count, and no man wants to touch it because he's afraid he's going to fall in. It's like he yells, and it's like echo.
And when we see a 30-year woman that now is ready to settle in, you have to wonder, like, what's wrong with you? Why you didn't find like a mate earlier?
Well, you don't want to walk around with a woman who was the town bicycle either.
No, exactly.
You don't want to walk around town and run in. Like it said on Boondock Saints. Have you ever seen Boondock Saints?
I've been a very long time. Like when he was new.
What Rocco says to one girl, "Shut your mouth. I can't walk through town without or buy a pack of cigarettes without running into 3 people that you fucked."
Yeah.
And it's like that's the way, you hook up with you meet a girl, you like her, you gotta start dating. You walk around and you find out that she's banged this guy and she banged this guy and she banged this guy, and you can't go out to eat without her sleeping with half of the freaking serving staff at the restaurant and all of the cooks, man and woman.
Yeah. It's and they're pushing to that, and I guess and men push them into that as well. We were a big part of that in a way, because we thought, oh, you know what? Then it's going to be easy to get sex, and yes, it is easy to get sex.
It is. You get all these simps. I call them simps.
Yeah.
And they're like, I saw one on YouTube the other day. This woman is standing with a porn star, and he's known Mandingo or something like that. He's known to be just like a horse, right? And she's saying, my husband's going to let me have this. And then the husband gets on, and somebody's like, your husband's okay with that? The husband gets on and is like, just because you're married to a woman, you don't own her. You don't own her body. She can do what she wants. And you're a coward if you don't stand behind her decision to have sex with other men if that's what she wants to do. I'm sitting there like, well, I guess I'm not a real man then.
I was thinking, I was saying earlier, I'm not a real hateful man, but one group I really hate are male feminists.
Oh my God. No, traditional feminism was good. Traditional feminism where women wanted the right to vote.
I'm not even for that, Ungar.
Well, yeah, but you're the Giga Chad. I'm just like the mellow Chad.
Yeah. Well, you can just look at and you know what? I'll tell you the truth. I got a lot of women friends, a lot of female friends that are not down with the woman right to vote. Because
I've met a couple of women who said, "Man, I wish I could just stay at home and be a housewife.
yeah,
I don't want to have to work. This stuff
yeah,
is a bunch of bullshit. I would be happy." This one woman was like, I saw in a video, she's like, "I can't cook, but I will take lessons. Please make me a housewife. I will clean the house. I will cook. I will raise our children. I will take care of everything at home. I don't want to wake up in the morning and go to work anymore."
yeah, and you know, like I don't know why it's seen as like degrading to serve
Huh?
your husband at home and your children,
It
but it's
shouldn't
not
be
seen as
degrading.
degrading to serve your boss at work. You know, like go in the cubicle and do. You know why you do that? You know, see.
What's the difference between taking care of the home and going to work and busting your ass for a company?
Yeah,
You're doing the same thing, but at home, it actually means more because you're making sure your children are taken care of. You're making sure your house is taken care of. You're making sure your man is taken care of.
yeah, and with
What's
the
wrong with that?
and you know also let's not kid ourselves with the technology, advance in technology we have. Taking care of
Mullen
home
says,
now is not that much of a full-time job, so you could have like a lot of
yeah,
time to do other stuff if you want.
Mullen says only land-owning men of good character should have the right to vote. That's cool.
Yeah.
Um, I will go as far as Starship Troopers by Robert Heinlein.
Mm-hmm.
Only people who have served should be allowed to vote, and I'm not a veteran.
What I would have said is only net taxpayer should have the right to vote.
Yeah, if you don't pay taxes, you
Yeah.
shouldn't be able to vote.
If you do your because like land owning nowadays, you know, a lot of people choose to live in an apartment, and that can be fine, I guess. But if you do your tax at the end of the year, and then it turn out that you're taking more than what you're putting in, then you don't get your right to vote. If you do put in more than you take in, then you should have a say about this money spent. So yeah, you do get the right to vote.
And I'm all about our amendments. I'm a big fan of my Second Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
I like my Second Amendment. I'm physically disabled, and we live in that kind of society where people will go out of their way to attack disabled people. And 20 years ago, I was fine to throw hands.
Yeah.
But I get jumped by 3 people. There's somebody's going to die.
Mm-hmm.
It's either going to be me or it's going to be them.
Mm-hmm. No, we don't have a Second Amendment here. We don't have we don't have much right here in Canada. But I think it's a good thing. I think that people should have the right to self-defense.
Yeah. If somebody breaks in your house, you're not allowed to smoke them.
Nope.
You're
never allowed to hit them with like a hockey stick.
If somebody comes into our yard in Florida and they're acting violent,
yeah,
we're allowed to shoot them.
Yeah, as it should be.
Yeah, we have a shotgun right by the door for such an occasion.
You know what Million said is actually forget voting. God should decide who is the monarch. I actually believe in that. I agree with that.
I'm done with the monarch.
Yeah, I'm done with the monarch. You know, people say like, "Oh, what if you get a bad king?" I say, "What if you get a bad president?" Like it's not like voting. Like it's like if you say that thinking that voting is going to protect you from having a bad ruler, you haven't looked around who's ruling you very much.
George Washington should have manned up and said, "Okay, I will be the king of America."
Yeah, he should.
He should have.
But he was a dreamer. He had like a different, they didn't. Now we have the evidence that voting is not going to protect you from. And even then, voting wasn't such a bad idea because it was only white men owning land of good character that could vote.
Yeah,
so
well, he had a dream,
that could work for.
If you look at any democratic republic society, it's never worked out in the long run.
No.
Look at Rome, and I would say that we're close. We're close to the whole bread and circuses, the fall of Rome.
Well, I would maybe even argue that we're past that. We reached a point that maybe Rome didn't even reach.
Andrew Jackson should be gene spliced and made king.
Andrew Jackson?
I'm
Yeah.
cool with that. Andrew Jackson was the man.
Andrew Jackson is probably one of my favorite American president. I find it a bit ironic that it's put on the $20 bill when he's the one that fought to abolish the Federal Reserve at this time.
Andrew, or Thomas Jefferson. That dude could write 2 letters to 2 different people at the same time.
Yeah.
Everybody says, "Oh, he was a bad guy because slavery, and he slept with all of his female slaves." You don't think those chicks were lining up to get that? Nice. Is that a giant rattling?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I think it's like not too bad.
America is the new Ottoman Empire.
That's an interesting one. I'm not that familiar with the Ottoman Empire, to be honest. So I have a hard time getting an opinion on that. I think America.
The chess game.
I know one that Guardian of the Rune is gonna understand. America is the new Weimar Republic. I'll say that.
Oh, damn.
I'll say that much.
Damn, Max, you just went hard. Max woke up and chose violence for this stream.
But it's not only America, to be fair. Like, we're not actually in many things. Canada, we're much further advanced on that spot than you are.
America's hat.
Yeah, but like we lead you on a lot of things,
Yeah.
A lot of negative thing.
Hey, you lead us on hospital or doctor assisted suicide, euthanasia.
That's like the 3rd biggest cause of death now in Canada.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. That's kind of insane, eh? Yeah, we kill.
In Florida, it's only legal in like 4, or in America, it's only legal in like 4 states.
Yeah, Florida is one of them.
No. No. We have sheriffs down here. We have a sheriff in a county next to ours. His name is Grady Judge. And this guy, a criminal shot a cop.
Yeah.
Killed a cop. So they cornered this criminal, and he was not going down without a fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they shot him like 87 times. And the media asked the sheriff, "Why did you shoot him so many times? Wasn't that excessive?" And he said, "We shot him that many times because that's how much ammo we had."
That's a good
Or
answer.
he was talking when the protests were going on and stuff, and they were rumors about protests going on in his county, right?
Yeah.
He got out of the news that day around 12 o'clock in the afternoon. He's like, "Listen, I hear that these criminals are going to want to start their shenanigans here in Polk County. Just so you know, Polk County citizens like guns. I encourage them to own guns, and they will be home tonight. And when you try to break into their house, I encourage them to blast you out of it."
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Nothing happened in Polk County.
That's how it should be.
And, I think Grady Judge for governor.
Is he interested? Is he going to run?
No, he's going to retire from his sheriff's job in Polk County, probably at 120 years old, with a lot of notches on his freaking gun belt. He is a maniac, and I freaking love him.
Yeah, we need some
because he takes no shit. He wakes up and he chooses law. And they say, it's a rumor. They say, if you get arrested in Florida, pray that you don't get arrested and go to jail in Polk County.
Oh, yeah?
Because all this bullshit, they talk about cruel and unusual punishment. Punishment should be cruel and unusual. If it's not punishment. Yes, people have basic human rights. But if they're out breaking the law so bad that they've got a pound of felony stuck on their damn shoulders, then you know what? They shouldn't have a good time. It shouldn't be hanging out with the boys in jail.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard the term anarcho-tyranny?
No.
It's a concept where the government harass law-abiding citizen for like minor stuff, but let the criminal roam free. That's what we have now. Like the criminal are unbothered. Like in the US, you have like this huge rise in violent crime since the George Floyd thing.
Yeah.
For some reason that I'm not gonna go into on YouTube.
What pisses me off about that, I go into that right now. George Floyd broke into a woman's house who was pregnant and had a gun to her belly, threatening to kill the baby. And it was all over the news. That same week, an 11-year-old boy playing at the park, minding his own business, an African-American kid minding his own business at a park, got killed. And nobody said shit. Where is the justice in that? If somebody should have been, outraged about somebody dying that week, it should have been outrage about that 11-year-old boy who got murdered playing with his friends at a park for nothing.
Yeah, but it's not about justice. That's the thing.
It's not about justice. It's about
about power.
Keeping the citizens apart from each other.
Yeah. It's the whole divide and conquer. It's about power.
Yeah. Like if we keep everybody apart, if we keep us segregated, the citizens of any country, if they're all segregated and at each other's throat, it's easier for the government to pass shit that shouldn't be going on.
Yeah. Exactly. But we're distracted, hating each other.
But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'm like Forrest Gump. That's all I gotta say about that. The outrage was put in the wrong place.
Yeah.
This baby gets killed and nobody bats an eye.
And we see the same thing now. Like I hate to say it, but like I would see like people like freaking out about those Chinese balloons and stuff like that. And then you look what happened in Ohio.
With the train.
With the train.
Squirrel Hermit is in that area. Squirrel Hermit and his family had to go to a hotel.
Yeah.
Because he was in that area. And that's a bunch of bullshit. We actually talk to people who are affected by that, but nobody really says shit about it. But oh no, there's some giant balloons. Rumors they're from China. Okay, how the hell did they get the balloon all the way from China to here?
And so what? Like it's not like China got satellite and stuff like that. They're gonna spy. Like they have the means. Like China is not like it's not like an 18th century country. Like you're gonna use like fucking balloon. It's like 19th century technology or whatever. And it's like no, China's a modern country. They have like they don't have to like do those stupid scheme.
Yeah, okay, they got these balloons. They can't control the balloons, so they let them out in the wind. What are they going to see? People taking a piss against a tree?
And like, what are you going to do? Are the balloon going to send a signal back to China? What kind of like, how are they going to do that? Are they going to send a signal to, can you interrupt the signal? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. The whole thing doesn't make sense. Stupid as hell. But the media want to make a big story about it. And they won't talk about like Ohio. And some people say that what happened in Ohio might be worse than Chernobyl. And you know what? Yeah. The more I look into it, the more I think it might be true. Because like radioactive material, like it fuck up the people, but it got like half-time decay life. So over time, it kind of solved itself.
Yeah. Squirrel said that his house still smells like plastic, and he's going to end up having to replace everything.
Everything that's fabric, everything that got any kind of soft material, everything needs to be replaced. And the water is contaminated. That's going to be for a very long time. It goes into the aquifer.
It's going to be worse than Flint, Michigan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Much worse. And now we're starting to have in Ontario with the wind is bringing some of those toxin over, and now you people are seeing like a snow melt, and you got like this rainbow shine there on the street,
and that's just freaking poison.
It is gonna go in our ground.
No, it happened again.
Yeah,
they had another train derailment.
Yeah, and then like another train derailment, and then some truck that flipped over, and then like some chemical factory that some chemical factory that got burned, I guess. Was it in Texas? I don't remember exactly. But there's a lot of things going on. Something fishy going on there.
There's some weird, strange things are afoot at the Circle K, man.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I've been on your show about an hour, and I only do 1 hour streams.
yeah, that's all right. I might end up that soon as well. It was just a test. It was a lot of fun having you. Helped me a lot. Is it an hour already? Oh my!
Well, I will give you a hint. I've noticed that my live streams, because all I do really is live streams. If I keep it to an hour or closer to an hour than like 2 hours, they get more views afterward.
Yeah.
Because an hour's easier to deal with than like a 2 or 3 hour stream.
I am not even sure if I'm going to keep that one public, to be honest. We've been quite a bit said some controversial topic that might get my channel into trouble.
Well, I don't want your channel to get in trouble. I wasn't here to start no shit.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, but I'll see. I don't know. I'll see. It was mostly a test. I'm glad you came here. Like now I know I can stream through StreamYard. That's a lot of fun.
StreamYard's easy to use.
Yeah.
And I've got your show running on YouTube on another tab with the volume down so it doesn't interrupt. So, you got a view for the whole time that I was on. Plus, before when I was on, because I was watching you on my phone. So you're good to go.
Yeah. You wanna let me show? I'm gonna end that stream soon too. Look, can you show what I did while we talked a bit? Like this
nice.
Little ogre there. I've still got some touch up to do and here and there, some shading and stuff.
That's badass.
Yeah. So I got this frog there. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the mouth. I think the mouth is too dark. I need to lighten up somehow, and I still got to do the eyes. I don't know
giant frogs are hated, especially if you're playing like a short race.
Yeah. This troll is pretty nice.
That troll is awesome. I like the Jawbone Club.
Yeah.
Look at the deets on that, man. You got the warts and everything popping.
Yeah. I got a little Cyclops there. I need to do his eyes as well. I don't know if I'm going to do the rock. I might leave it there. That's just with my my dry brush there from the.
That's nice dry brush work.
Yeah. So I think this one came out not too bad as well.
It came out good. They're going to look good on the table.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun with a nice little like this rat ogre.
Ogre, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty nice as well. That was a very nice model. I like rat people are one of my favorite. This one I showed, and the 8 in there. I still need to do a shield, something with a shield.
I like that.
Paint the pig in the back, but it's pretty cool as well.
What's up, Mike? Those are nice. Those are nice minis, man.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
They're gonna look good on the table.
The model were very nice as well, and like they're all like kind of bigger model. They're fun to paint. So anyway,
I love giant rats. I played in a Ravenloft campaign. I actually played a were-rat.
Oh yeah. Like in Warhammer and stuff like that, Skaven always been like one I quite like. Yeah, I don't know.
But Skaven don't exist. Ask any Imperial.
Yeah, of course. That's ridiculous. Giant Matt that looked at it were like, man, living in the sewer. Nah.
Everybody, you need to sub to Max if you're not sub to Max. And
I think everybody here
jump over to my channel. I talk about whatever the hell I want to whenever
Yeah.
Lunchtime.
All right. I'll thank you for joining me, Angar. I guess I'll end the stream there. Take care.
It's always a pleasure, buddy.
Yeah, I'll see you around. I might pop in. I'll probably pop in the stream. I like to be there.
All righty, buddy.
I missed you today, but like I'll be there probably like on Wednesday. Take care.
Nice.
See you around, man.
All right. Bye.
Thank you, everybody that dropped in. Have a good night. Have a good evening. Ciao. Oh, maybe I should do. You know what? Before I go off, I'll look at the chat a bit because you're there. You post some chat. I'll try to see. I think America is one of the new Ottoman Empire. I think we're there. Editor count. James isn't going to the heavy stuff there. You should do anarchism 1 season, totalitarian conservatism 1, totalitarian. Yeah, should try to move. Hey, what are you gonna do there? Show? I don't know how that work. I'm still learning, guy. I thank you all for joining me. They were too naughty on this one. Yeah, I think we've been quite naughty. Thanks to Mike Dimart. Nice paint job. I'm not the best painter, but I enjoy doing it. And I think Painted Mini no matter how good you do, they look much better on the table. So it's a good thing to do. Republican Party is anti-white. They all are. So Ohio is another example. They won't lift a finger to help us. Yeah. And the sooner you can realize that, the better it is. So thank you very much for watching. Have a good evening all. And I'll see you some other time. Take care. Bye.